So thanks for joining us. Today is about this simple yet hard question of how to take the customer perspective. In our humble opinion, Jobs to be Done is one of the most, if not the most powerful framework to do so and really take the customer perspective. And it's gaining more and more traction, as you probably all know. So Jobs to be Done is the simple idea that customers hire a product to get a job done in their lives, and that innovators must help get that job done better and not simply improve existing products. Customers want the hole in the wall, not the drill. In the following hour or so, we will dive deeper into Jobs to be Done and the different tools that are out there. One of the key challenges in Jobs to be Done, however, is the right framing. So these quotes, it's not the drill, but the hole in the wall, or the famous milkshake example by Clay Christensen, they all are intuitive. They all sound sensible. They all make sense immediately, but it's really difficult then to apply to your own growth challenge. And that's kind of what we want to help with the tools that we provided, and have a discussion and your input as well. Like, what are your challenges and how do you apply Jobs to be Done? Bert is my long-term business partner, and he's one of the Jobs to be Done pioneers in the field. He has been applying it for many, many years. And one of the kind of before it was cool, you could say. So Beat has more than 25 years of experience in business strategy, innovation, and marketing and sales. He's an ex-McKinsey and ex-P&G, and over 20 years ago, he co-founded Vendbridge, which is boutique consultancy for growth. He's one of the leading creators of the CFI approach, which stands for customer-focused innovation, and that's an application of Jobs to be Done, like a process on how to apply Jobs to be Done to measure customer pain points and focus growth initiatives. Jim, on the other hand, he is an author, speaker, and instructor in design, customer experience, and strategy. He's currently the chief evangelist at Mural, the leading online whiteboard. He has written 3 books, which all of them I can really recommend. There is Designing Web Navigation, Mapping Experiences. It's one I really like. And most recently, the Jobs to be Done playbook. I hope you're all familiar with. If not, it's a strong recommendation for that book. He's also the co-founder and principal at the Jobs to be Done Toolkit. That's jtbdtoolkit.com, an online resource with learning, trainings, and content, and so on. So a recommendation for that as well, jtbdtoolkit.com.
The job, in our definition, is a goal or a purpose that people want to achieve. So they achieve a goal and a purpose. The logic says people don't want a drill, they want a hole in the wall. That's the quote that everyone knows. And when you say a hole and not a drill, then you immediately say, yeah, but people don't want a hole, they want to hang up a painting, for example, or fix a shelf on the wall. And then you say, okay, yeah, right, that's also a job. Why do then people want to hang up a painting on the wall? And then you say maybe, because they want to impress friends coming over. And then you ask, why do you want to impress friends? And so it goes on and goes higher and higher and higher. And that's one element of the hierarchy, which you see here. There are higher level jobs which are higher and higher. It comes to survival, it comes to attraction and flight. In psychology, there are 2 basic buckets. One is being attracted to something, climb this tree because it's exciting when you look at children, and then also flight, run away from this tree because there is a snake in this tree, it's dangerous. So these are on the highest level, kind of the drivers that we have. So these are the higher level jobs. We knew there are higher level jobs. Then going on the other side, there are lower level jobs. We call them lower level jobs or job steps. They're very close to the solution, but they're not the solution. They are activities basically, and resemble a little bit a customer journey. That's a concept that people know. This is the going down. And in the middle is what we call the focus job. Why do we call it focus job? Because it's the focus of our work. We focus on this. Others call it core job. We call it focus job because this focus is very much linked to the business task that is at hand. A company wants to innovate, for example, a company is in a certain business, if it's not about business model innovation, but about, for example, making a next generation product within the existing business, then this defines the focus job. That means you don't go too high, you don't go too low. So that's why we call it the focus job. That's in the focus of the attention. And then we also know people want to achieve goals, they want to do jobs. Something happens before and something happens afterwards. So that's the upstream jobs and the downstream jobs.
I want to say to begin with, I think one of the strengths of jobs to be done is that it provides categories of information, right? That if you've ever listened to your markets or talked to people, they don't speak in regular terms, you know, or regular sizes of things, right? And your job as a listener, as a researcher, as an innovator, is to listen to what people are talking about and put them into discrete buckets or units or categories. And the thing I like about jobs to be done is it gives you the buckets. It gives you the things to look for in advance. I've done ethnographic studies where you come up with the buckets on your own from the bottom up. It's really hard to do. It's called grounded theory. And it's just blinding. Here, you only have 8 or 9 things that you're looking for. So that's a strength of jobs to be done. And the canvas is really this is my interpretation of what are you listening for when you're thinking about talking to the people that you serve through a lens of jobs to be done. What are the things that you're looking for, right? And it's the job performance, the aspirations, related jobs, the target job, and everything else is related to that target job once you decide on that, which are the job steps, emotional and social aspects, the outcomes, and then the job differentiators, right? So what we do in jobs to be done is we assume that all the job performers are getting the job done the same way. But what you're going to learn from the research is that there are different circumstances or contexts that actually make a difference in how they're getting that job done, right? So if we say, you know, get energy in the morning, this is an example that I use, right? Get energy in the morning, right? I show a picture of coffee and I say, what's the job of the coffee? Is get energy in the morning. In the morning is a job differentiator, right? It's contextual, because I could say get energy in the afternoon at work, right?
Yeah.
So we could also just say get energy, right? You know, as a human being, I need to get energy, right? But getting energy in the morning is different than getting energy in the afternoon at work, which is different than getting energy, I don't know, when you're jet lagged, right? So if you want to understand the job of getting energy, right? Let's say you are a coffee manufacturer, you don't talk about coffee, you talk about getting energy, right? You're going to go out and talk to people, and you're going to find that there are these what I call differentiators, and that's another bucket of information, right? It's not an emotion, it's not an outcome. It's, oh, you know what? If I go fly to Zurich from New York, I'm going to be jet lagged and I need to get energy. Okay, so getting energy when you're jet lagged, I would put that down as a differentiator. And the thing is, once you have all these categories and these buckets of information, you can then prioritize them. You say, which one is the one that matters the most, right? It matters the most to the people you're trying to serve, but also strategically, what's the one that matters the most to me or to my organization, right? So I put that bucket in there, the job differentiators. In my book, I call it circumstances. And then I started teaching and talking about it, and people got confused about circumstances. So this is new to the jobs to be done canvas, is labeling it job differentiators. And it seems to stick. People seem to understand that better than circumstances.